Welcome back to NT Coins World, where we explore the fascinating world of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving deep into two incredible Washington quarter dollar coins that stand out among collectors. These coins are not just everyday pocket change, they hold historical significance, rare errors, and market value that can make them highly desirable. We'll break down each coin in detail, covering design features, mintage, market value, and common errors that make them unique. So if you're a collector or just curious about the hidden gems in your change, stay tuned. Let's get started with our first coin. The 1979 D Washington Quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. This particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark. By 1979, the US Mint had completely transitioned to using copper-nickel-clad compositions for quarters, which started in 1965 to replace 90% silver coins. This shift was necessary due to rising silver prices in the early 1960s. The 1979 D quarter was minted during an era of high coin production, meaning it's relatively common in circulation. Features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The inscriptions include Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, and the year 1979 at the bottom. The D mint mark is located near Washington's ponytail, displays an American eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The words United States of America curve along the top, while a pluribus unum and quarter dollar appear below. The Denver Mint produced approximately 489,789,780 of these quarters, making them very common in circulated condition. Due to this high mintage, most 1979 D quarters are only worth their face value unless they are in mint state condition MS65 or higher, circulated condition 0.25 to 0.50, uncirculated MS63 to MS65 3 to 10, high grade MS67 or MS68 $50 to $200, rare. Clipped planchets. Some 1979 D quarters were struck on incomplete planchets, leading to a clipped effect. These errors can fetch $10 to $50. Off-center strikes. Coins with significant off-center errors, 10% or more, can be worth $50 to $150 depending on severity. Double die obverse, DDO. Some quarters show doubling in the word Liberty or In God We Trust, with values ranging from $10 to $100 depending on clarity. While the 1979 D quarter isn't considered rare, high-grade versions and error varieties are sought after. If you have a flawless, uncirculated example, it may be worth sending for professional grading. The 1979 D Washington Quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which was first introduced in 1932. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin carries the D mint mark and remains a popular find among collectors due to its historical significance and potential for valuable errors. By 1979, the United States had firmly transitioned away from silver coinage, with quarters being composed of a copper-nickel-clad composition. The 1970s saw significant economic changes, including rising inflation, which impacted the value of coinage in circulation. The Washington Quarter itself was originally designed in 1932 by John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. While the design remained largely unchanged for decades, minor modifications and minting errors over the years have made certain issues more collectible. Features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The words Liberty appear above Washington's head. The year 1979 is struck below his bust. The phrase In God We Trust is positioned to the left. The D mint mark, indicating Denver Mint, is found just behind Washington's ponytail. Displays a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows. Below the eagle is a pair of olive branches, symbolizing peace. The inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum appear at the top. The denomination quarter dollar is inscribed at the bottom. Total mintage 489,789,780. Since this was a high production coin, circulated examples are common. However, high-grade, uncirculated coins can still be valuable. Circulated condition, typically worth 25 cents to $1. Uncirculated condition, MS63 to MS65, ranges from $5 to $20 depending on eye appeal. High-grade examples, MS67 and above, these can fetch $100 to $500, especially if they are well struck with minimal flaws. Some 1979 D quarters exhibit slight doubling on Washington's profile, particularly in the lettering. These can be worth $50 to $200 depending on condition. A quarter with a 10% to 30% off-center strike can be worth $50 to $150. If the coin's edge appears to be clipped or missing a section, it's a minting error. These can sell for $30 to $100 depending on severity. Coins where details are missing due to grease interfering with the strike can be worth $10 to $50 depending on the level of obstruction. The 1979 D Washington quarter is widely collected due to its affordability and the potential for rare mint errors. Collectors often seek high-grade specimens or error varieties to add to their collections. While this coin may not be inherently rare, finding a MS67 or higher example can be a challenge, making top-graded coins especially valuable. The 1988 D Washington quarter is another significant coin in the series, produced at the Denver Mint. This coin is part of the later years of the clad Washington quarter era, just before the 50 state quarters program launched in 1999. By 1988, the U.S. economy was experiencing steady growth, and coinage production was high to meet demand. The Washington quarter design had remained unchanged for decades, but the quality of strike and variations continued to interest collectors. Still features George Washington's portrait by John Flanagan. The design remained consistent since 1932, with slight modifications over the years to enhance detail. The D mint mark is below "In God We Trust," features the same heraldic eagle design, which remained until 1998, before being replaced by the State Quarters series. The Denver Mint struck 596,810,688 of these quarters, making it one of the more common issues in the series. These quarters circulated heavily, so finding high-grade examples is much harder than lower grades. Circulated condition: $0.25 minus $0.50. Uncirculated MS63 to MS65, $3 to $12, MS67 or higher, $75 to $500. Airy rare. Some 1988-D quarters have die alignment errors, where the obverse and reverse designs are slightly off-center. These can be worth $10 to $100 based on severity. Some coins have missing or faded details due to grease buildup during striking. These coins range from $5 to $50 depending on how much detail is missing. A well-centered strike error with 10 to 20% misalignment can fetch $50 to $150. Despite being common in lower grades, the 1988 D Washington quarter is tough to find in MS67 or higher, making it appealing to collectors. The presence of errors, especially off-center strikes, adds further value. The 1988 D Washington quarter is another significant issue within the long-running series. Minted at the Denver Mint, this quarter continues the classic Washington quarter design while presenting some unique collecting opportunities. By the late 1980s, the U.S. Mint had fully adopted copper-nickel-clad coinage, and silver quarters were long out of circulation. The economy was stable and coin production was high to meet demand. While the Washington quarter series had not yet undergone a major redesign, it was still a staple of American currency. This coin was struck just before the State Quarters program, 1999 to 2008, making it part of the final years of the original Washington design before major changes took place. Features John Flanagan's iconic portrait of George Washington. Liberty is inscribed at the top. In God We Trust appears to the left. The year 1988 is struck below Washington's bust. The D mint mark is placed near the lower right, displays the classic eagle design holding arrows with olive branches below. The inscriptions United States of America and A Pluribus Unum are at the top. The denomination quarter dollar appears at the bottom. Total mintage 596,810,688. This was a high mintage year, making circulated coins common, but high-grade examples remain collectible. Circulated condition worth 25 cents to $1. Uncirculated condition MS-63 to MS-65 can sell for $5 to $15. High-grade examples MS-67 and above can reach $100 to $300, with exceptionally struck coins fetching more. Some coins show doubling on the eagle's wings or lettering. These errors can be worth $50 to $200 depending on severity. Off-center strikes of 10% or more can be valued between $50 and $200. These coins lack a defined rim, making them visually distinct. They can fetch $50 to $150 depending on condition. Some coins exhibit die cracks forming raised lines on the surface, or cuds, large blobs of extra metal. These can add $20 to $100 in value. The 1988 D Washington quarter remains a sought-after coin for collectors looking for high-grade examples or error varieties. While common in circulated grades, finding a sharply struck MS-67 plus coin is challenging, making these more desirable for serious collectors. Both the 1979 D and 1988 D Washington quarters are excellent examples of collectible modern quarters. While they are generally common in circulated condition, finding error coins or high-grade uncirculated examples can add significant value to your collection. If you have any of these coins, check for errors and consider getting them graded if they appear in top condition. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NT Coins World for more in-depth numismatic content. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.